Welcome to the 2021 Economic Preparation and Depression channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday edition. Today, Hump Day, July 14th, 2021. Today, before we get into it, I want to make sure I tell everyone, please subscribe. Thank you for your support. I appreciate everyone's comments and very insightful. And the more subscribers we have, the better this channel is able to grow and to reach more people with the truth about financial literacy and what's really going on in the U.S. economy. I'm sorry if the notifications don't come. YouTube has been, the algorithm just kind of slowing down my channel. So I appreciate all the support I can get to push the message out, to put our videos up top in the top ranking pages of YouTube. Now, today I want to talk about two things, and just about Bitcoin and about silver versus Bitcoin. There's been a lot of debate, and while I don't believe Bitcoin is going to zero, just like gold and silver never will be worth zero, I do think that silver and gold have the advantage in the short term over Bitcoin and other cryptos in the short term in the next 2 to 3 years. So you shouldn't completely divest of all your crypto assets, but there is a crackdown coming, and we're going to see that right now here with China. War on Bitcoin just hit a new level with its latest crypto crackdown. China's central bank said Tuesday had called for a shutdown of a company that was suspected of providing software services for virtual currency transactions. Now, what's interesting is that China has signaled that it wanted to ban Bitcoin for years, but we know that other countries have been using Bitcoin, especially countries that have already collapsed, like Venezuela, Turkey, Greece. Some countries in developed, advanced economies were using it as well too, like in Finland and Iceland and etc. So, and what's interesting to note about the war on Bitcoin is that people continue to say, negative people continue to say it's going to go to zero, but that hasn't happened. Yes, it's dropped 10%, 15%, from its highs, but it hasn't gone to zero yet. So there is some utility to it, although I think most people are still thinking about using it as a currency, and I think that's not where it's going. It's going more towards a medium of exchange, kind of a barter thing. So this may be, you can think of this as an electronic barter system, is what Bitcoin is. It's not a currency per se. It's not trying to, I don't think its objectives in the short term is to be a currency. And so Bitcoin is not dead, it's still alive. And what's interesting to note, there's going to be other regulators with it because everybody wants money from it. In the United States, they're regulating it too as well. It's not just China. Some people have been calling it the largest Ponzi scheme ever. It's crypto. It's a Chinese project. So the thing is that China already has a digital yuan that is a central bank digital currency that's been in development since 2014. The United States has been rumored to issue what they call a Fed coin, a digital Fed coin that a lot of you guys have been hearing about on other economic channels and platforms, and that is coming in development. As a matter of fact, that was part of what's his name? Sorry, Federal Chairman, Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell's papers and meeting minutes last minute in June over in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. They talked about introducing the digital Fed coin. But first, they have to collapse this economy, which they're doing a very good job of. And so they're following all roads are following the needle of China here. And Bitcoin is not dead. The future of cryptocurrency will be digital. It's already digital. Matter of fact, most of our money technically is digital. It's just numbers on the screen. When you're talking about 28 trillion, 30 trillion printing monies in the mint, yes, there's physical money, but most of us use our cards, which are contactless. Chips in them are digital anyway. From the bank, credit or debit. It's the same thing. It's digital already. They type it out, they dole out the money digital, and that's why they can hack your account, or you can get extra money. One lady had $1 billion or something like that, $1 million in their account. You've seen those stories on the news. And they said they don't want to return it, but they have to return it. But they say it's a glitch in the system that allowed that. So it is good to have all three, Bitcoin, gold, and silver. For me, silver is the poor man's gold. That's where I'm investing some of my portfolio into, but no more than 10 to 20% of this should be in silver, because it's liquid, yes, but it still requires to go to the market. And what I mean is, if you choose to sell some of your silver to get an asset, you still have to get the market rate. It's still controlled and manipulated by the market, the stock market, okay, just like Bitcoin is. So in that sense, they're both the same type of asset. They're both manipulated by the big guys in the stock market and stuff like that. And that thing too is, but one thing about silver and gold is that you hold a physical asset. With Bitcoin, it's in the digital, it's in the cloud. You don't really necessarily hold a Bitcoin per se. And on top of that, the Bitcoin and all that is that it can be regulated, it can be downsized. Gold and silver is going to be worth something. You can get something out of it, even if it's just a commoner on the street. You can barter and get something out of it. It's a hedge against inflation and stocks. But here's the big thing that I want to get a lot of gold bugs and silver bugs. Gold and silver should be skyrocketing right now with the inflation that we're seeing, but it's not. And they keep saying, "Oh, it's because the paper and the physical is separated." It's meant to be. That's not. Yeah, that's partially true. But guys, in the Great Depression, gold and silver should have been skyrocketing, and it did not. It went up a little bit, but it did not skyrocket to the moon during the Great Depression. And I believe it's going to be the same thing happening. It's going to go up a little bit, but it's not going to skyrocket or take off like a lot of gold bugs and silver bugs have been talking about, because the Great Depression was an example of that. Now, if this thing has been around, gold has been around for over 5,000 years and all of that, right? It should have skyrocketed during the Great Depression. Great Depression lasted 10 years. It was the rock bottom of so far that we've seen of this U.S. economy existence, and gold and silver did not skyrocket or take off. So that tells you right there that it's manipulated too. So there is no technically safe haven, whether you're dealing with gold, silver, or Bitcoin. But at this later stage in the game, since I know that we're switching to a digital currency, we're following China's example because they're the new superpower, obviously, then I would be more inclined to have a little bit more crypto and have, gold and silver, that they're going to be decent, 10 to 15%. But don't get carried away with either one of these three. I'm not a financial advisor, but what I'm telling you is that, people that tell you that gold and silver, yes, they don't lose their value, but you're not going to make a ton of money off it. Warren Buffett, who's a multi-billionaire, said the same thing. He said, yeah, I have gold and silver in my portfolio, but you're not going to make a ton of money off this stuff because, it's just not going to do that. It's just a preserver. It's not going to help you grow your wealth like a stock or a Bitcoin or something that's more liquid, tangible, real estate that you can actually get tangible money and grow your physical assets with. So that's my take on it right now. Silver is more accessible for me right now. I can't afford gold at $1,800 an ounce, and it's not growing that much. So I prefer silver as it's cheaper and it's thinly traded. And I believe it's going to go up to about it may go up to about $35 an ounce, but that's at the peak. $35-$40 an ounce. Gold may go up to back to 2,000, but that's in question because a lot of people have been saying that. But you have to remember that if everything is manipulated by the stocks and everything, then that means that it's not going to surge. There's not going to be this surge because it would have already happened. We've already had 2 or 3 crashes, and gold and silver still just barely inched up. $10 or $12 here or there. It wasn't anything that was memorable. So, silver is the better bet right now. Even though this article says gold is a better hedge than silver, most people are not going to be spending $2,000 an ounce on gold. And you're not going to think about it. If you do buy that type of stuff, when you sell it back, just like remember when we were kids, we had baseball cards or whatever. When you sell it back, it's only paid what the market is worth. So you may actually lose money on this stuff because it's only going to be paid what the market said it's worth, regardless of the condition of it, or how much you have of it, or all of that. So just be very careful about investing in paper silver stocks or ETFs, or investing in Bitcoin. Do a little bit, 10% here, 20% here. Think of it as a little tithe, the tax. Just if you have $10 or $20 extra, throw it into an ounce of silver or a crypto, not just Bitcoin. There's other cryptos, of course, Ethereum and all a bunch of ones they make up every day. Throw $10 you can do, just like a lottery ticket. You do that too. You throw in $1. Instead of spending it on a candy bar or chips, you throw $1 into the lottery, hoping that you don't have to go to work tomorrow. We all have done that before, So, just think of it as money that you throw away that you just don't think about, but that you may need in the future to save. But don't be throwing away, mortgage money, rent money, cars money, survival, our prep money that we need for food, water, medicines, supplies, and things of that nature, generators. Don't throw that kind of money away. But if you have $10 or $20 extra, instead of buying a snack or something, or going out to a movie, or spending on Netflix, just throw $10-$20 an ounce of silver, or $10-$20 in Bitcoin on Coinbase. You can go to Coinbase.com here. They've been pretty stable for I can show you here. They've been pretty stable for a Bitcoin transaction, and and just throw $10-$20 in it. You ain't got to flood the market with it. Look, you can sign up right here today. You get $5 for your Bitcoin. It's nothing. There's other coins here you can get: Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, just do, a little bit, just in case, because what goes up comes down, and same reverse is true. What goes down comes up eventually. So you want to be diversified in all of these different assets, and just don't bet the farm on this stuff, but try to get diversified as best you can, because digital is the way we're going with this whole marketplace. What do you think? Let me know. Are you investing in gold, silver, crypto? Which of these three assets are physical assets like land, oil, mining stocks, copper? Let me know what you think in the comments below. What is the best investment during this time as we head toward the second half of the year, the critical time, and that we're all making decisions, from millennials to young people to old people to kids coming out of high school. Everybody's making decisions on this financial thing. So let me know what you think in the comments below. God bless. I'll talk to you very soon. Have a great day.